yesterday, I told the story about the old hag at the bank who couldn't enter in her PIN number right with the teller, and she kept pressing clear instead of enter.
I thought it said enter, young man.
And I didn't say anything to help.
Oh, you bad whippersnapper.
Yeah.
We went through all that yesterday and my reasons why, which Dawn never agreed with.
No.
So yesterday I was out. I had to do something. And let me first, before I get into this, I want to say hello to the guys at in the big white truck in the parking lot of the Bel Air in Stanford Ranch who saw me and screamed out as they were driving, "Rob, what's up?" I don't know who they were, but hello. And also to the guy I met at the bookstore whose name I forget. I think it was Russ or Rusty or something like that. He was a very nice guy.
Pulling a Dawn.
The bookstore. Ugh.
Bookstores, what'd you get?
Not important for the story right now.
All right.
And since you've already made me way behind schedule today, I'm not going to answer any of your questions that don't have to do with the topic. One of the errands I ran yesterday was I had to go to the doctor for just a simple checkup visit, and I was sitting in the doctor's office waiting room, and an opportunity confronted me to be kind, which is not my way. I'm not mean to people. I just usually don't take opportunities to be overly kind, especially if it's going to, interrupt my comfort level.
Did you give somebody CPR?
No. Okay. Nothing like that. No, you see, I wouldn't let somebody die or be hurt, but, I know you're different.
Yeah.
It's that whole being, I prefer to keep to myself. Everybody knows that. Dawn knows it. I like to be private. I don't like to talk to people I don't know. And the rules do not apply to listeners ever. To me, and this is true for all three of us, if you're a listener, you have every right to talk to us, and we will talk to you.
You can interrupt anything.
I'm talking about just random miscreants that I don't want to get to know. I've got enough people in my life. So I will usually ignore them, regardless. But yesterday, I had an opportunity, and I want to see what you think of this, because the Dawn voice was going off. While I'm waiting in the doctor's office, in the waiting room, this 90-year-old woman, I swear to God, she's at death's door.
Little cute thing. She's so short.
She shuffles in. She's hunched over. She's short. She's with a younger girl, probably in her 20s.
Is that her life partner?
Who has brought her to her appointment, right? And they check in. And then, of course, they proceed to sit right next to me.
Aww.
Plenty of seats open. They sit next to me. So while they were waiting for the doctor, after they've got her checked in, the younger girl says, and she has to speak very loudly because this old woman cannot hear.
Yeah.
What?
So this younger girl gets up and she says, "Grandma! I'm going to the car to get my coffee.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back."
Aww.
Could you get my jacket?
And she says, Grandma says something about, your coffee's probably going to be cold or something like that. And, while the young girl's walking away, she's still yelling at Grandma. I mean, disrupting the whole waiting room, right? Like, "No, Grandma, I still like it." And I'm like, oh, dear God, no.
Your dog has ticks.
So... here's the problem.
Cute little thing.
I'm seated in an area. I'm right next to this grandma, and while I am not making eye contact with the woman as her young daughter walks out, I know that this old woman is going to say something to me. I can just feel it.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
And I am looking. Now, here's my first act of kindness. I didn't turn my back on her.
Oh, good.
And this is while the young girl's still walking out. I mean, I saw this coming. I could have gotten up and changed seats.
Yes.
I could have just turned my back. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't look at the old woman, but I had my head facing in a way where my peripheral vision had her in my sights. And sure enough, I see her head turning towards me.
Oh, God.
And she says, and again, I'm not looking at her, but I know she's talking to me. The old lady says to me, "That's my granddaughter."
Oh, that's what they do.
Now, here is my moment, my opportunity. My gut reaction, of course, was, no S. Is that why she calls you Grandma? I mean, that was my gut inside. I'm thinking, the no S alarm.
Right, yeah.
Rob, but you fought it, didn't you? You didn't say that.
Well, look, that is an Arnie reaction. I wouldn't say that out loud to anyone.
An Arnie reaction actually probably to give her the iron claw.
Stop it.
I didn't say that. I would never say that out loud.
Okay.
What I would probably do, and this is where I was torn, it would not be uncommon for me to ignore her. Because that way I figure I'm not forced into a conversation I don't want to have. And she will get the hint. Okay, this is how I think, people, and you don't have to like it, but this is my usual course of action would be to just completely ignore her. Maybe if I was feeling nice that day, I would pretend like I had a hearing problem or something.
I commend you that you even admit this stuff.
Well, good.
Doesn't make it right. But,
Well, see, and this is what I'm hearing. While this old, that's my granddaughter, in my head, I'm hearing the goddamn Dawn voice. Saying, is it going to kill you to talk to her?
I know.
Just be nice. Say something. Now, let me ask you this. And this is all happening, of course, in the course of like 5 seconds. My mind is just going a million miles a minute. While trying to decide if I should say anything, I do also come across the, what am I going to say thing?
Oh, so easy.
I knew Dawn would have an answer, so hold it. She says, that's my granddaughter. Now, Arnie, pretend that you're going to respond. What do you say?
Boy, there's so many things. I mean, you can go from the sticking your fingers in your ear and doing the to her to asking if her granddaughter puts out.
I was just going to say, you could say, hey, and she's got a nice rack, too. Something like that would
Okay,
have
I'm
been nice.
getting no help. So, Dawn, what do you say?
It's so easy.
What do you say?
You say, oh, that's so nice that, she brings you here to the doctor's office. You guys must be close.
God, you're a fag.
You just say stuff like that.
You are a homo.
I mean, it's so easy. There's numerous... not a problem.
Homo alert going off in the left side of the studio.
That's Dawn's side. Yeah. Okay, look.
Hello? How easy would that have been?
Here's what I said. I decide to say something. The Dawn voice gets me to say something, to acknowledge this old hag's existence, figuring she's probably only got a couple days left anyways.
What did you say?
You know what I said?
What did you say?
What I said was, uh-huh.
Okay, all right.
Because I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know what to say to me. Again, to me, that... If a friend of mine said something like that, I would hammer them. I would say, duh, I know that. It's so obvious. So I'm not well trained in this area.
No, you're not. So you... okay, no,
so
this
I
is
said,
good.
Uh-huh, and I looked at her.
Uh-huh, okay.
And she says, what? And now I'm pissed. Because now
Rob.
I made the mistake of being... courteous, and I'm getting drug into a situation where now I've got to respond again and speak louder, and I'm gonna get stuck.
This is when you get into a battle of what's with her. What? Huh? What? Huh? What?
Rob,
Huh?
you're a brilliant guy. You couldn't then think,
Wait a
how
minute.
nice
Wait.
that she brought you here.
Wait a minute. I didn't tell you what I did.
All right.
Don't judge me yet.
Okay.
Shut it.
I'm just telling you I'm pissed that she's doing the... What?
So what? What else? What?
Okay.
Riddle me this. What else are you doing? Are you knitting a blanket and you can't be disturbed? I mean, what the F are you doing that you...
I was thinking quietly to myself.
You do that all the time anyway. Take a
Right.
break.
So now I'm angry because I know I'm getting roped in. And look, I have said this before. I am not a person who likes to make a spectacle of myself. I just think it's impolite. Those of you that can do it, great. I don't judge you for it, but please don't judge me for liking to be very private and not make... And I know now I'm going to have to talk like this if I talk to her. And it's a goddamn doctor's waiting room. So I'm very uncomfortable. But when she... And so again, I'm confronted with the option to just ignore her again.
Which is what you should have done in the first place.
Or I thought maybe I'll just wave her off with my hand like, forget you. But I thought that would be rude.
Yeah.
If you do that, just use one certain finger.
So I say to her, I raised my voice a little, I said, I was just saying, yeah, that's nice that she brought you. Okay? Okay?
Oh, I'm proud of you.
Floodgates.
And she says, "What?" And I am steaming.
Oh, that's when you got to have fun.
I'm so proud of you that you thought of that to say.
I am steaming because I'm thinking, what does this woman need? One of those big cornucopias to put up to her ear?
I'm telling you. Were there people in the waiting room?
Yes, there's
Oh.
like 10 people in the whole waiting room.
That's
around.
when you have fun with her. When she says, "What again?" Just start talking dirty to her. I want to lick you from your head to your toe.
Now, am I
Oh,
talking
come here.
quietly enough that she can't hear me, but everybody else can?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Kelly. Good morning.
That's so wrong.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Don, Arnie,
Yeah.
Wyatt, Rob's thinking.
Shut up. I can do two things at once.
Oh, did you then write to her?
Oh, dear God, no.
Because then you don't have to do the what. You just pass her the note. It's written on paper.
Arnie's choking, I
You could
think.
exchange notes and have a conversation that way.
You want to take this one before I answer?
Get out. Get out. I'm not kidding. I will not go on with the rest of the show if she's in the room.
I'm serious.
That's ludicrous.
No, what?
Hello.
That writing on paper. Why don't you get big flashcards? Hey, half of the waiting room is going to say, "We're." The other half's going to say, "Okay, we're. Okay, we're. Okay."
No, it's like a deaf person and you don't know sign language, so you're writing them notes.
Hold the thought. We'll take a break and I'll tell you what I did.
Rob, Arnie, and Dawn. It's the Rob, Arnie, and Dawn Show.
Let's finish up my day yesterday, and when we last left this story, I was in the doctor's office, and an old lady had given me an opening to either ignore her or respond to her comment, and I had responded. She said, "What?" And then I responded with a more advanced answer, louder, and she said, "What again?" Which, for those of you that are regular listeners of the show, know how hard this moment is for me. In fact, I was at this moment thanking God I was in a doctor's office because I expected my heart to explode out of frustration. Dawn suggested that I start writing notes at this point, which for those of you that like to know the behind-the-scenes things, caused Arnie during the commercial break to throw a garbage can at Dawn. It's another issue.
Didn't really throw it at her because it didn't hit her.
No.
Now, are you serious?
Sure. If for you, because
Jesus.
someone like you that would have trouble, and there's a lot of people that would, because it's a respect issue of other people that are in the doctor's office, and you don't have any emotional attachment to this person. You don't know them. So for someone like you who's, not comfortable with speaking louder, there's not the emotional attachment, but you are trying to be nice and you do want to now acknowledge her. What is wrong? It's as if you'd come across a deaf person and you don't know sign language. So now you can just write on a piece of paper, "Here's what I said," and then hand it to her. And then she can read it. Maybe she'll want to respond by saying something, and then you could respond again on paper.
There are so many rules to be nice. And here's my first reaction. What if I write on it a piece of paper and she, how these old people can be, because you don't know, it's a crapshoot. What if she responds by saying, "Don't treat me like a deaf person, I can hear, just talk up, you little prick." Then it's really uncomfortable.
What if she can't read?
Oh,
A lot
God.
of them old women are illiterate because
God.
they didn't go to school.
She starts crying, her granddaughter comes back, "This man made me cry." I get arrested. I mean, that's...
Way to go, Dawn.
You could write, "I'm sorry, I have trouble raising my voice."
God damn.
It's all about communication.
You want him to write a book, don't you? I'm sorry. I don't enjoy raising my voice, but what I meant to say was, it's so nice that your granddaughter brings you to the doctor. What does she do for a living? Where does she live? And then all of a sudden just slip into it. That's a lovely shawl you're wearing.
Oh, gosh, she did. She looked like a big Easter egg. She's all purple.
How cute.
Hello, Shannon. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Hi, hey, baby, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Dawn, I don't think you'd want to write notes to an old person because, you know what, she's a day older than dirt. She probably couldn't read the damn thing anyway.
Yeah, what if she's got bad vision?
So then you're going to have to raise your voice, because then the only opportunity then, no, you're looking for the way out for us to say, then you go ahead and ignore her.
Well, I'm just saying, no, the other option would be I could still ignore her. I could just stop trying this process.
Or you could tongue kiss her.
Arnie?
Hello, Maria.
Yeah, my reaction to that, I would have, from the beginning, should have just turned around and smiled at her, not even answered or said anything. And at this point where you're already, tired of her not answering or listening to you, I would have just smiled and walked out like if you were just walking out for a cigarette or something, and then come right back and sit somewhere else.
Okay.
Next time this happens, do what I do when I'm stuck in traffic and some little kid is staring at me. Start with the nose.
Picking.
Just start picking the nose.
Now,
she won't talk to you no more.
this is going to sound very odd, but I see a big difference between what that last caller just advised and ignoring people. This is kind of my definition of rudeness. So, if I were just to ignore the old lady originally, she is left to her own devices to think maybe he can't hear, maybe he's having a bad day. I never make eye contact with her. She is maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she just goes, well, that's not very nice.
Maybe he's just a rude prick.
Right, but she's left to her own devices, and there are a variety of things that she will or won't think. In the example of where you look at her and smile and then you get up and walk out, to me, that's mean.
Yeah.
To me, that is like you have acknowledged her existence, but now you're saying, puh, on you. Mm-hmm. And I know it must sound odd for me now to be describing what's mean and what's not, but I really do. I draw a big delineation between those two. Hi, Terry. Good morning.
Hey, I just wanted to say I have written a note to an old person before.
Does it work?
It didn't, but it was funny for me because I was at a Starbucks and this old man was sitting behind me plotching on his roll and slurping his coffee really loud. And I was filling out some paperwork, so I had pen and a paper, and I wrote a big sign that said, "Mouth noises are unacceptable." And I held it up over my shoulder at him.
That is so mean.
Okay, the sign stuff works then sometimes.
That is so mean.
Hello, Rob. Good morning.
Rob, good morning. Good morning, guys.
Hey.
Just want to say the politest way to do it is look at the person, smile, then nod.
The very first time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, the very first time, and then you don't get up and walk away. The only danger there is she might keep going. That's my grandmother, so I look, smile, and nod. And then she says, "So, what are you in for?" And now I'm into the what?
Let's say you do that and she says, "So what are you in for?" Yeah. Start quacking like a duck. Quack, Aflac.
You know what?
Aflac.
I figured you out. You let fear rule your life.
Pardon?
Yep.
Me, of all people.
Yes. Oh, see how defensive you get about it? Yeah. You know what?
You're right. Let me just...
You're
right, Dawn. Is that better?
You know why? Because instead of taking the chance and being nice, you're thinking of all these horrible things that could happen as a result of it. So what do? You just don't do anything. And what does that equal? Fear.
Yes, but let's look at... I won't deny that. Let's look at what I'm afraid of. I am afraid of having to have a worthless conversation with a person I will never see again in my life who means nothing to me.
Maybe it'll mean something to her. Maybe it'll brighten up her last day of life, Rob. Maybe she was sent into... You know what? People are sent in and out of our lives for specific reasons. Some are sent to be in our life forever, and some are sent to be in our life for a short time. There are specific reasons. We all intertwine constantly. And maybe she specifically was sent to you for you to say something that may just brighten her day. It was a selfless thing. It has nothing to do with you, Rob.
Now, Dawn, let me ask you this. Let's say Rob were to say, that's nice that she brings you here, and then she goes, what are you in for? What do you think Rob would have done then? Or what do you think Rob should have done then?
Said why?
It doesn't matter!
Hello there. Andrew, good morning.
Hey, Rob, you're in the doctor's office. All you need to do is look at her and point at your throat like you have a sore throat and you can't talk.
That's so mean.
Hi,
lying.
Rochelle, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Rochelle.
I have a comment.
Yeah.
I was sitting in a doctor's office and this old lady asked me, "What are you here for?"
Ugh.
Perfect comment. "Oh, I didn't tell you?" And they say no.
Maybe because it's none of your damn business.
Okay. Now remember, she didn't ask me that. I was just using that as an example. That's pretty rude to ask in a doctor's
Oh,
office. She didn't.
that girl did not do that. That would take some guts and some balls, please,
and
to
there's
be that rude.
There's no way anyone would have the guts or the balls to be that rude, is there?
She is like way snatch then. I mean, really.
Way snatch. But never mind the old lady who's totally invading this girl's privacy. Come on.
Okay.
Wow.
Separate the two. Is it not rude to ask someone in a doctor's office why they're there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, is there, and let me ask you the second half, is there a better way for her to respond than to be that snatchy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She could say, I'd
All
rather
right.
not say.
Thank you. That's what I mean.
Wow, Judge Dawn. You should just walk around in a big black Coke all the time with a gavel.
You've already got the white George Washington hairdo.
I do not. I don't have any white in my hair.
Dawn.
Wow, did I hit a nerve?
Dawn, honey.
Yes, honey.
I'm with you on this. Really, I am. But think about this for a second. It's an old lady. She
Yeah.
might be dying that day. Do you really want her last person to be robbed that she talks to? Come on.
Well, here's what I did. Remember, she said what twice? I'm raising my voice. So the third time, I decided to kind of meet myself in the middle. Okay. I decided to shorten what I'm going to say even louder. Because I presume that the other people in the waiting room are noticing this, so they're not going to be totally blown away by me raising my voice. So the third time, after saying, the first time, and then saying, I said that's nice that she brought you to your appointment. And getting the what again. When she said what the third time, I said that's nice. And I just left it at that. And she goes, and she started in. Yeah, she's a very nice girl. She lives up in Pollock Pines, and she drove all the way down on her day off to check in.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And she just kept going on, and I just sat there smiling.
Yeah, oh, good.
Because she wouldn't shut up anyways. And fortunately, her granddaughter walked in while this old lady was still talking, and I'm sitting there smiling. And when the granddaughter got there, she was able to distract the old woman, and I was off the hook.
Oh, I'm so proud.
All right. Here's a way you can acknowledge these people when you're out in public. You can acknowledge them. This way they won't feel bad. You won't feel bad. You've acknowledged them. It's 3 easy words. 3 easy words.
But those aren't the 3 easy words.
No.
Okay. Confusing me. All right.
You ready?
What are they?
No habla inglés. Remember those 3 words. It will get you through places.
Hello, Mike. Good morning.
Hey, how you guys doing?
No habla inglés.
Very good. Okay.
See?
Now I know how to
works.
do it. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey.
What?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I've got a radio problem here. Anyways, I was just going to say something about rudeness. You know, I walked out of a coffee shop today, and I hit 3 people with my shoulder on accident, and everybody I said, excuse me, and everybody said, just didn't say anything. Just sit there and look at me like I'm a jerk.
That's awful. But remember, you can't stop being polite.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know that's what we had kind of discussed that earlier in the week. Just, remember, it's their problem, not yours, man.
God, and watch where you're going.
Hello, Casey. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey.
I know why your show starts so early now. It's to prevent Dawn from running into anybody. She'd never make it to work.
I heard this. Thank you. Great call. By the way,
no habla inglés.
So I'm off the hook with this old hag, right? She's yabbering onto her granddaughter.
Oh.
But the granddaughter does not share my courteousness of not wanting to upset the entire emergency or the entire waiting room. So she carries on a conversation at about 40 decibels with this old hag that we all get to hear. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, I'm like, come on, take her outside and talk to her.
Was she a dog?
Or hand her a magazine. Well, she's disrupting all of us. And, it's impossible. I'm trying to concentrate. I'm thinking about, investing stuff. By the way, I made a ton of money on Pennzoil yesterday. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, God, do I need to sell that stock? And so and then this damn granddaughter, she started, what happened here? She's carrying on this conversation with the old lady, and she's responding to what the old lady's saying when they're talking about Easter and all this other crap. The granddaughter, who's like 25, 30-ish, has figured out along the way, well, everybody in the room can hear me. So she decides to start trying to impress people.
Oh, no.
Under the guise of talking to her grandmother. Grandma! You know our house that we bought 3 years ago for $165,000? It was appraised last week at $265,000. Now, what's the point of mentioning that unless you're trying to brag that you made $100,000?
See, I'm sorry.
You mamby-pambies will say she's just carrying on a conversation and sharing with her grandma, but that could be done anywhere. It didn't have to be done in a public area like that. Ugh.
I'm sorry, that's rude. Dawn, you even have to admit that's rude. When you're sharing an area with people, and if somebody's hard of hearing, and you have to talk at the top of your lungs in this small group, sure, maybe what you're doing is not that important and it shouldn't bother you, but the fact of the matter is, it is flat out rude.
I'm huge on manners. So you're absolutely correct. I would be sitting there and I would be thinking, okay, now this is extremely rude. But I wouldn't, do anything to make them upset or piss them off or tell them to stop. And, Rob, I think you're see, now, you know what? You're already annoyed. So you're being overly sensitive as to the conversation they're having. You're just assuming now she's trying to impress people because you're overly sensitive, period, of the whole situation. You don't know for sure that's what she was doing. You're just finding whatever negative you can out of it.
I mumbled something that I think the granddaughter could hear. I said, whoopee, I make that in half a year, you dumb thing.
Yeah! That's my boy!
I know the grandma didn't hear it, that's for sure.
That's my boy. Thank you. Finally, showing a little bit of signs of backbone.
Oh,
yes, that's nice.
Yeah, I thought about going extreme, getting them. Oh, really? Oh, you made $100,000 on your house? Oh, well, excuse me, King Midas. Aren't you just loaded? Well, why don't you just brag about your Mercedes to the entire waiting room?
It would have been okay because you would have been sharing with them, Rob.
This is the Rob, Arnie, and Dawn Show.